Man, these buggy menus. Ooh. Alright, nerds. I wrote a lot of notes, or at least a very long chain of notes after my kind of lost in thought moment yesterday about what's up, Ripper? No stream today, dude? Yeah, a lot of notes about what even was it? Such a tangent I went on with myself. Yeah, he has quite a few. I think he's got the max. Got some cool views. White chest on website quest. Yeah, it was kind of just a bunch of notes, kind of about the game, but also just kind of me blabbering on about the weight of like interest, length of a quest line, how invested you are in it, and then warring against investment in the game systems and the immersion that comes with it. I think it's something that's a lot more personal. A lot of people, I mean, weigh in on different parts of it. I imagine, like, I need to turn down the game a little bit. You know, some people are going to be purist, you know, no save loading kind of thing. Some people are going to want the immersion of kind of just rolling with the punches. Some people are going to get invested enough in the side quests and stuff, or be interested enough in some of the dialogue that they'll forego some of the systems. And it's just an interesting thing, I don't know, to think about. Like, whether it's a good system, whether a system that just had a flat requirement with no chance would be more interesting or worse. And I think it gets a lot. I think I'm blabbering about a lot more game theory shit than anything. But anything about the next game either? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm waiting for them to send me that other game. It's been like 8 days, 9 days now. I don't even want to play it. And I need to have that sent back today. Otherwise we're not going to get Pokemon on time. And I'd like to laugh about that when it's fresh. I don't want to upgrade my game file. I think I might just report it as missing and then send it back when I get it. Let's see. But yeah. The reason I bring this up is if people want to chit chat about at a more general level, a game is any kind of level, about the white checks, percentage, chance-based systems and all that. If it's good, if it's bad, it's more personal, objective. Let me refresh myself on what all I said. I think about it much after I read it. Yeah. Like, I think, you know, how much you value replay value, build identity. Although I do think build identity, you get a lot more out of that through dialogue choices, personality, goals for your main character, and then some of the consequential actions than you do just a simple lockout. That's kind of my thing, is I think it's one of those you just kind of arbitrarily weigh how much you give a shit about white checks. I don't think that they are that like super immersive and provide that much identity to a playthrough. That if a side quest is that interesting or that good, or you've been invested in it for a long enough time, that it's a system worth like adhering to at some points. But I don't know. On the other hand, maybe it does hit pretty hard on immersion. It's definitely more personal. I don't know if there's an objective something to it. Maybe. Thing with the game though, specifically, is that it does provide a lot of like options because it provides saves, because it lets you min-max, because it does let you reset white checks. It kind of provides for any playstyle, but with that comes kind of a feeling of maybe you're gaming the system, maybe this is not intentional if you care about that, which that's personal. I do give two shits about the intended playthrough or not, right? There's some people who just cheat everything, that's just whatever. I think intention matters a lot, but at the end of the day, your fun is the end all be all. Or your experience. We don't say fun here, we make experiences. Wasn't that a Neil Druckmann thing? I don't remember. He said something about we don't say fun. Neil Druckmann being the Last of Us 2 writer. Correct, I think he directed you. Anyways, and you could say that it doesn't matter at all, but I would say that this game, it is a massive like part of the base or a cornerstone of like everything, right? The chances of doing things and all that. The checks. If white checks didn't exist, I would not put in a lot of points into any of these. It would all be top 2 skills probably. Maybe perception for dialogue. Stuff like that. Maybe shivers. So it's definitely something that matters. It can steer a playthrough or at least influence you in some ways. Do you have anything to say about this piece? No. Might be smarter to finish Kuno's quest line before we go in.
Trying to sneak up on
me. Yeah, so I'll be checking the mail throughout the day today, so there'll be a few breaks, they'll be short. If I do get it in, I'm actually going to go probably drive to the mailbox, which is on the other side of fucking town. Go to the post office itself and send that back. Although like most government-ran facilities, they closed really early and they're only open so many days a week, even though they're extremely useful. I wish they were open all the time. Like, I think they close at like 5 p.m. So they just had like, you know, a night shift. But whatever. I mean, I don't mind playing Pokemon a little late, but my mail times this month, I don't know if it's the post office or what, but it's been like weeks for packages and shit. Which I get a lot less of my money's worth. I still get my money's worth. This is $22 a month, and renting one game is essentially better value than that, but like, goddamn, dude. I mean, it lets me do more backlog, I guess. Anyways, I'm not gonna like ruin this playthrough by rushing to try to finish today. I'll have to just do other stuff. What else did I mess with? I've got a lot of notes. I really need to start capitalizing keywords in the notes, though. I'm not good at like doing just a few word kind of notes. I always have to like type out a fucking full thought. The keywords would be a good way to kind of refresh myself without having to read like the whole thing. So let's start talking here while I look through these. Just looking through them in case we want to maybe bring up some kind of discussion topic. We are getting, I imagine, closer to the end than we aren't, so.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Might have more to talk about in general. Some level of finality.
I already told you I don't care about any badges. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me. Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you could call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next
Spits
to the
on the
coal
floor.
room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
Jesus.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil.
That's him.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
Cool. You hear a man empty his bowels. 5-day-old burritos. Stinks like hell.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the measures.
Yeah, he's
in
fucking
apartment
dead.
20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
I got quite a bit of notes here, actually. I need to work on making them more readable at a glance. Like I said, I'm trying out a system where I just do like pros, cons, middle ground, and then anything that doesn't really fit, but I feel like that might be too limiting. But this is also a stream, not like a 2-hour video prep for 5 months on YouTube, so gonna have to have
Ask
it
away,
a little
policeman.
easier to blast out and facilitate some kind of conversation.
The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume. Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died, hopefully somewhere else.
No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again, breaking into a house like it's a public space. Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans. The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
Jesus. Oh, later, lady. Oh, new ship. I wonder if in the world it's a perception roll or a perception requirement to do certain things. I would put more money on a requirement. Unless it's a one-time roll. But then that would be impossible because I didn't see this shit before. Although it could be back, it could still be a roll. And then upping it. Allows you to retry the roll out in the world. Got a book. Psychological realism.
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekatina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments. Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. It would do that in Grad. You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long. Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it, you weren't really reading. The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author. She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph, and yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you.
Maybe we should save this for the end of the day.
Give me a moment.
Did they? That's a good call. I mean, they're fun. I would say that. I mean, I like World better. And at this point, with the expansion, I mean, it's gonna be more content. Rise is pretty great, though. If they like the extra speed that Rise has, then I miss that in World, but I don't know. Rise plays more like World than anything.
You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. Sounded like a woman. A woman's shoes. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
What? We haven't even gone in.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Excuse me? Of course not.
You have plenty of reason to enter.
Oh, come on.
Well, that was easy.
That was smart.
Yeah, I'm smart. Yeah, you could. Or you could just use the same character with a different weapon, but I guess you wouldn't know what equipment you could make and what you couldn't, or what materials you already had, so yeah, that might be the way to go. Well, hopefully they're not burnt out by then on Monster Hunter. Blister pack of medicine. Yes.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here.
Boy, there are a lot of different keys there. More than 20, at least.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour.
So she just comes in here. She can just pretty much go into any of these.
I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent.
Well, you'd think a lot of things.
But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture. A million real view of the bay. Good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark. And they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards.
There's a pocket to... a pocket of nothingness that's going to spread and wipe us off the map.
Radio computer wizards are invested with magical economic powers. It's as if they're real wizards, able to resurrect dead real estate and breathe life into bank accounts.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it. Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. Of course.
Right. So we're gonna tell the lady about it. I feel like there might be more to this than we know. I have a lot of mental medicine, morale medicine, not a lot of actual health medicine. Kind of bizarre.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Oh, I do like wizards. And people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us
I do
about
like
our
wizards.
fates.
Who doesn't like a good wizard, right?
She means clairvoyance.
Nice fucking honest wizard.
This door has been closed.
Get a
with
wizard
padlock.
out of here,
The
boy.
chalk-drawn number on the board says
I'm a
number 11.
what? Throws up on Haggard.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. No reply.
Well, what? Do you even want to get in here?
This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud.
After you, detective.
Apparently we want to get in here. Huh.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Marzov.
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting. I suspect that's exactly what they are trying to do. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems. He was definitely controversial. The tenant here seems to like him. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Kim didn't say anything about us breaking in, so I figured it was like the plan. Hey, conceptualization shirt. Good. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for those other checks. So that's the guy who's supposed to be there in the evening. Just broke into his home. I would call this the evening, right? It's 5:30. Maybe some people would consider like a 6 and on. The evening, but that could be when he shows up. I also don't remember which one he was supposed to be in. It might be one out here. Who just has like a giant bust of somebody in their very small apartment in the first place? It would look like a zealot or something, man. Especially someone who's just, someone is watching from that. Ugh. This was just some fucking, like, government figure. Oh, more booze. We could give that guy the booze, since we can't really sell it, but I wonder if there was any bottles in those rooms. I really hope that mail comes in today, man. I want to send that back. Another bizarre thing, other than just not finding many health items, I have not found hardly any smoke. I haven't found any smoke. I find booze everywhere, but look for like some kind of rarity. I think it's funny you can still break into these places without like the chain cutter or something. I wonder how that dialogue is. Does he just rip it open with his bare hands? That's something you're pretty much never going to see, because there's no reason not to just put the chain cutter on. You'd have to just do it as a joke. And have like Jack interfacing.
A weathered brown door. Something smells good. Soup allons, yo. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Don't knock! Just leave! You don't need this! You don't need to sad it up!
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary. Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Hello? Who is it?
And someone turns down the radio.
The police. A moment, please give us a moment.
Oh, she should recognize us.
Tidying up, nervously.
Come in, the door is open.
Guessing the option to say, you know, how they feel will be there. Would be funny if she killed him, but not how it seemed. At least there was nothing really like big and damning. Hello, detective. Same brand of cigarettes in a way? I mean, it'd make more sense that it'd be her husband. If we boost our drama or anything. Need more pairs of fucking pants, man. Huh, we might take some damage here. Let's pop this on. Pop the fucking the curious on. Perception will help. Whatever. I'll just rock it.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. Condensation from stepping inside.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
I should have had the fucking music on, man. But we'll try to play this one more straight, right? That would be funny though. And tell her your husband's dead and we're just fucking blaring some music.
No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
How about some small talk before you break the news?
Oh, empathy.
She looks up, too anxious to say anything.
Someone just knocked on the door. But like a quick knock. Might be a package. I'll check that in a minute.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus. Yes, that's the most important thing. Use that word. No euphemisms. This is what you came here for.
What did you say? Oh. Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him? Was he drunk? I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold.
Yes.
How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
We don't need a destroyer.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
His handkerchief. Didn't I have his handkerchief? He just got a bunch, I guess. I mean, he did go back to the precinct. He might have picked up another. He might have a few. I mean, it is Cam. He seems prepared.
No, no. I just need to tell my girls.
Unreal.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral.
It is.
Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
We should step outside and talk.
The old booze hound, man. Wonder if we'll be seeing her again or her kids, or if it'll end at that.
You did well. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased. They'll manage. That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done. Let's go.
Alrighty. What else we have on here? Choose. Keep the perception ones on.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Sure.
Tonight at 9 p.m., right here, apartment number 28. Good.
Let's do it. Guess that's all of them for now. I might have to get Kuno to let us go talk to his dad.
Give me a moment.
Loading times at the end. Oh god, there's some bottles up there.
You're back. Good. What can I help?
Alright. I might actually take a little break here. Kind of feel like going grabbing like a coffee or something. I know we just did like an hour. I apologize. I guess it was a solid enough hour, but I'll be back right after that. So 30 minutes or something. I need to go grab some things, I think. I should have done it beforehand, so back in a little bit. I could just leave the stream on, but give myself enough time. Apologies. I know it's kind of lame to start and then stop soon after, but I'll be on all day probably. And most of the night, so catch you guys in a few.